Let's talk about it. This is an FDMG update video. A lot of people were asking what's going on with Umar Johnson in the school. So I'm going to give you the latest updates regarding FDMG. Here we have on the screen. This is Umar's Instagram page that I pulled up. This post is from February 1st, and it says 2 schools, 2 passports, 2 books, 2 queens. Third annual FDMG Family Festival, Community Grand Opening Celebration. Academic Revolution begins summer of 2025. I mean, how many times have we seen this Academic Revolution 2023, 2024, now it's 2025. Again, I don't understand what Umar Johnson is actually celebrating. This school is not operable. The school has not had any certificate of occupancy. There's been no changes. There's been no updates. So what are you actually celebrating? I mean, we're talking about you having a festival to celebrate failure. But this is just another tactic, and this is just another tactic about Umar Johnson to keep his supporters engaged and have them actually believe that this school is going to come into fruition, which it never will. This is to drum up Cash App and PayPal donations. Again, like I said, if you've been following Umar, he's been everywhere but FDMG for the most part, traveling all across the world, giving the same old speeches that he's been giving for the past 10 to 12 years, and pretty much has abandoned FDMG. Again, this is February 7th, I believe, marks 6 years since he's acquired these abandoned bandos in Wilmington, Delaware, and not much has changed. But let's get into the main video that I want to discuss today, and it is an interview from Alex Whitfield. I will leave the link in the description below to this brother's channel. This is one of the more recent interviews that I found on Umar Johnson, where he touches on FDMG. This video was posted roughly 5 months ago. So like I said, this is pretty recent. It's going to give us a pretty good gauge of what's going on actively with FDMG. So let's get into the clip.
Is the status of the school?
Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey, what is the status of the school? Well, tomorrow morning I got to meet with a door contractor. I want to get some new doors. The doors we got are good. You know, they're secure, but they're old. And since the school is 15 years old, physically the school is 15 years old.
All right, I got to pause right off top. As you can see already, Umar looking up into the sky, which gives you an indication that literally he's pulling this stuff out his ass right now. He's literally just making this stuff up off the fly. Again, 6 years into having these buildings, and he's talking about putting some doors on. 6 years in, and we're talking about door installations. If you can't see this for the kind that it is, I don't know what to tell you. It's always something with Umar. It's always just one more thing, brothers and sisters, and we're right there at the finish line. We just need this one more thing. First, it was the blueprint for the school. They couldn't find the blueprints, and he had this. Supposedly, he spent $50,000 getting the blueprints. Then, after the blueprints, it was the HVAC. That lasted for about 2 years. Him getting the HVAC and trying to talk to Jose and find the HVAC tech to install it, and he had the HVAC system sitting at a salvage yard for storage. Then the next thing was paint. He needed the school to be painted. Now the most active lie is now the school just needs doors. It just needs carpet and tile, and that's all we need so we can get our certificate of occupancy or apply for it. It's always something with Umar. It's always one thing after another.
We've had it for 5 of those 15. I want to give it a fresh look. So I want fresh doors. We got another paint job, another layer of paint. We got some floors to cover up. Once we cover up the floors, put that other layer of paint, it's time for inspection. We at the finish line. So I hope to be applying for the inspection before summer ends. And some might say, why not next week? Something always comes up.
Now let's keep in mind we're in February here. This video was shot about 5 to 6 months ago, so that puts us right around the end of the summer. So he never applied for the certificate of occupancy at the end of the summer. So right then and there, again, more lies from Umar Johnson. Again, this is a long-term con. This is what people have to understand. This is a long-term con that's been going on. He's been collecting donations for about 12 to 15 years now. Every time he gets close to the finish line, it's going to be one thing after another to delay. You have to understand that's part of the con.
Every time you at the finish line, something
Facts.
always comes. Some little fix this, you know. But we right there, you know. So my thing is, let's get the building permitted before the end of the summer, so we can have a grand opening probably for Kwanzaa. But we're gonna start educating the children next summer though, because we need time to get ready. We can't.
You heard it right there. So now the school's supposed to be done and over with by Kwanzaa. Today is February 9th. The school hasn't even passed code yet. But yet you saw in the this post on his Instagram, let me pull it up real quick, that he believes that this academic revolution is going to take place in summer of 2025. No way in the world that this school is going to be up and operational by summer of 2025. We're literally in February of 2025 now. So for this school to be ready in literally roughly 4 months, it would take, literally a miracle. Again, the school hasn't even passed code. Where are the students going to come from? Registration would have to already been open to have students enrolled. I mean, enrollment should have been in January, December for 2025. If the school was to open in 2025, no teachers, no type of staff whatsoever, no website, nothing. But yet you still have people who support this man and believe that this school is going to happen, even after 6+ years of having this school and literally no progress.
Do it that fast.
Sure.
But we right there. We dancing around the finish line, and you know, people always ask me, so what's going to be the date? I can't give a date. I've had like 6 dates, and I violate every date. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because one thing this has taught me: when you institution building, don't give out no dates.
Let's pause it again, brother. You're not institution building. You're institution bullshitting. Okay, you're literally bullshitting. 6 years in, by this time you should be able to have a solid date of when this school is going to open. That makes absolutely no sense that you're 6 years in and you're still unable to deliver on any promises you made regarding FDMG.
To the institution done. The biggest mistake I made was I thought I could predict. Nah, wait till you completely done and then give out a date. But we right there at the finish line. Floors, walls, and doors, and we done.
Before you move on from the school quickly, what's going to be your role? Because I know that you're.
Now let's pause again. Keep in mind, this interview was 6 months ago. He said all they need was floors, walls, and doors. Doors, carpet, and tile, and a layer of paint. You telling me in 6 years, now keep in mind, you've been dealing with contractors for the past 6 years with FDMG. You should be a master at dealing with contractors. You should have at least 2, 3, 4 solid contractors that you've done work with over the past 6 years. They should be able to knock out carpet, doors, and some tile in a week, 2 weeks max. This was 6 months ago. Still hasn't applied for the certificate of occupancy, but yet you still have people, you still have Umar Johnson supporters that actually believe that this school is going to open. Again, we have to just use common sense here. Every time it's time for the school to open, it's always a new excuse.
all over the world. You're speaking to many people.
Listen, the more subscribers we have, the better the guests get. So please hit subscribe. Let's get back into the show.
I'm going to be the principal.
Okay, so you're
Which
actually
means
going
I
to be
won't
there?
be able to travel as much. Yeah, I'm physically
Got
there.
you, got
because
you.
you got to remember, we're going to be tuition based.
Yeah.
You know, and so when people send their children to the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, they're assuming that they're going to get to experience Dr. Umar in the flesh.
Yeah.
So if I'm not there, number one, that's dangerous because I'm not sure my teachers are teaching. You follow me?
Yep.
And number two, they don't really get the Ifa Tunde experience, right? So I'm going to be the principal, and I'm also going to be the history teacher.
And is that going to be your plan for like a long time, or are you going to kind of do that and
as
then
schools come,
Yeah.
as
Now let's pause it right there. Let's just think about Umar's track record over the past decade, right? Do you honestly believe that this man is going to? That Umar is about 50 years old. Okay, let's lay down. Let's lay down the proper context. Umar Johnson is not a young guy. Umar Johnson is, like I said, probably in his late 40s to early 50s. Average life expectancy of a black man is about 75. Especially the way Umar's living. I mean, it's not like he has stable housing. He's every week in a different city. Next month he's in a different country. We know that he's eating nothing but fast food and all types of shakes and what have you. So his health is probably not in the best condition. Average life expectancy for a black man is about 75. Do you honestly believe Umar wants to spend the last 20 years of his life in Wilmington, Delaware, in the hood, teaching black boys, given his track record? Absolutely not. Or does it make more sense to believe that Umar Johnson is going to continue to travel around the world on donors' dime, smashing single mothers across the country, and eating soul food and rental cars, again, all off his donors' dime? What do you think he's going to choose? Just based off of what you've seen over the past several years, you'd be a fool to believe that he's going to have to dedicate all his time and effort into FDMG at Wilmington, Delaware, when he could literally be traveling around the world, smashing women, and eating whatever he wants, all off of other people's dime. It doesn't make sense. And again, like I said, that would be completely out of character from what we've seen from Umar Johnson over the past decade.
As we get more schools, I'm going to have to fall back and I'm going to be more of a superintendent
Got you.
than the.
Absolutely pure delusion to be talking about other schools when we're 6 years into FDMG. You don't even have a certificate of occupancy. Do you know how deranged and mentally ill you have to be to talk about opening multiple locations? Imagine having a business, right? And you're talking about having multiple locations and you haven't even opened up your first location yet. Do you know how insane that sounds? Again, imagine having a business, a brick and mortar business, and you're talking about expanding and opening other locations, and you've had the building for your first location for 6 years, and you still haven't opened it.
Principle. You follow? But I still plan to be the history teacher, even if I have to do so virtually.
How about psychology? Would you be involved in that as well? Because I know.
Well, I probably will be the school psychologist as
Yeah.
well. Although
So he's going to teach virtually, be a superintendent, and be the psychologist at the school. I'm telling you, he's literally making this shit up as he goes.
we will not have a bona fide special ed program. We will have programs for disabled children, but special ed is federal, which means that's public dollars. We don't take public dollars. So we will not have a public special ed program.
Got you. Thank you. Okay.
What's your views on religion in school?
All right. So like I said, that's the update straight from Umar Johnson's mouth on FDMG. Again, like I said, this video is about 6 months old. Really not much has changed. Again, like I said, the con continues to go on. This is a long con. We do have another date he's given. So summer of 2025. This is when the supposed academic revolution is supposed to begin. Like I said, I wouldn't hold my breath on it. Again, he probably will have this third annual FDMG block party. I mean, but for what? The school probably still won't have certificate of occupancy. Again, like I said, the next domino to drop with this whole FDMG saga will be, in my personal opinion, will be Umar Johnson coming out and trying to say that the city of Wilmington sabotaged him when they denied him for the certificate of occupancy, because that school is no way, shape, or form is going to pass code. He's going to be claimed that the white power structure is trying to sabotage him. And then he's going to either go one or two ways with this thing. He's going to tell his supporters that we need to raise money so he can have a lawyer, either hire a lawyer to fight this, or he's going to bring out one of his old cons from back in the day where he's going to say, hey, I want you guys to raise, I need $250,000 so you can send me back to law school so I can fight this myself. Or I think he'll what he may do, and I actually feel like this is the strongest possibility. He's going to sell those buildings in Wilmington, Delaware, under the guise that he's being sabotaged and there's nothing he can do in Wilmington, and that he's going to take the funds after he sells FDMG and he's going to look for a new location, which will restart this scam from the beginning. But let me know what you think in the comments below. I look forward to hearing from you. Again, I will continue to update on this Umar saga as more things come to light. I look forward to hearing from you in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.